everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Isabelle Knight. I am a young writer and the middle grade fantasy author of the Enchantria series. And today I am going to be talking about something that I have been struggling a lot with over this past year, and something that I know a lot of other writers struggle with as well, and that is writer's block. I have been struggling with this a lot recently, and I know that some of y'all might be, struggling with this as well, and just feeling like you just sit down at your desk and just look at your half-finished manuscript or whatever, and you just can't really seem to move forward with your manuscript. You're just stuck. Like there's a wall, like you feel really lost, you have zero motivation whatsoever to write, and you honestly have no idea what to do with your plot, which is just an absolute mess, and this is honestly just precisely what I have been dealing with this past year. And so I decided that I might as well finally sit down and make a video about writer's block, and, hopefully this video will help some of you, and also hopefully help me get over my own writer's block. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get on into the video. The first thing I normally do when I have writer's block is to take a break. I know this is something that is said a lot, and this is honestly something that I struggle with so much. I am absolutely terrible at taking breaks, but I honestly do think it is a really important thing to do. Just take a break, step away from your manuscript, go outside, go for a walk, go swimming, read a book, watch a movie. Just do not touch your manuscript for I don't know how long your break has to be. It can be like a few hours to a few weeks, whatever works for you, but just take a break. And I think this is really so helpful because I honestly feel like sometimes I really do just need to step back and refill my creative well and just, be inspired by some other things. And, when you take a break, you really, get some distance from your story, and so when you come back to it, you might look at it in a different way and just go, oh, now that I have taken a step back from the story, I can see, some of the problems with it, like what I've been doing wrong or what needs to be fixed or whatever. And honestly, taking a break really does help so much, and it also really helps you to not stress yourself out, which I personally think is one of the main causes of writer's block for me, which is just stress. So yeah, I definitely recommend taking a break. And that actually brings me to the second tip I have for you guys, which is kind of related to the first one, and that is to just get bored and daydream. And this is something that I heard from another middle grade author, Laurel Snyder, the author of Orphan Island, which, by the way, is a fantastic book, if you haven't read it. And basically, in our interview on my blog, she basically said that her advice for young writers was to just take 5 to 10 minutes a day and to just, get bored and daydream. And to basically just, sit with your thoughts and imagine, just to lay down on the floor of your bedroom with no distractions, no books, no phones, no music, no people, and just get bored, think about little things, and daydream. And this is something that I actually had never really thought of before until she told me this. But I really do think that is very important. As writers, we rely so much on our imagination. And I really do find that, for me, it is really important for me to, just have a break and just, let my imagination go wild. And so, taking 5 to 10 minutes a day to just get bored and daydream can really, really help with that. And so, yeah, that is my second tip. My third tip for you guys comes from a craft book on writing that I read, I think, around a year ago. And it is to write down a list of what could happen in your story. And when I say a list of what can happen in your story, I mean a list of anything that could happen in your story. Literally anything. Just, tell yourself you're going to sit down and write 12 ideas of what could happen next in the story if you're, if you don't know what's supposed to happen next, and just don't stop until you get to number 12 and just write down anything. Write down any idea that comes to mind, even all of the stupid ideas. And honestly, I feel like this has helped me so much, and it really just helps me to go wild with my imagination because, again, one of the things to do is to just write down anything that could happen. And so my imagination comes up with a lot of wild things that could happen in the book. Some of them are probably a bit too outlandish to happen in the story, such as talking headphones in, a world where headphones don't even exist. But sometimes I will, come across a really good idea. And also, don't be too quick to, reject an idea because it is stupid. Because, when I was writing the third book of the Enchantria series, I was very stuck. And so I did this, and I wrote down a list of anything that could happen. And on that list was something that really just felt way too wild, way too stupid. There was no way it could possibly happen in the story. And a few hours later, after thinking about it some more, I actually, developed the idea, and actually thought, hey, maybe this could actually work. And I did write it into the first draft of Books Free, and it has now actually become a really important part of Books Free. And so, don't be too quick to reject an idea as stupid. Just let those ideas rattle around in your brain, even if they are completely outlandish. Again, talking headphones in a world where headphones don't even exist, which, in case you're wondering, yes, I did indeed write that down. Alright, and my next tip for writers who are struggling with writer's block is to brainstorm with your friends. If you have, friends who are writers or readers who have read your story and, know what it's about, then, you can, come together and brainstorm. And I have done this before, and it honestly helps so much because, basically what we'll do is just get together either on video call or in a group chat, and we will basically just throw any old idea out there. And when I say any old idea out there, I mean, anything. And this is kind of similar to my previous tip, but, I've often found that my friends oftentimes have a lot of different, ideas for mine, and a lot of the times that really helps a lot, especially with getting a different perspective on the story. And I've also found that, just talking out the story and just, telling someone else about the story, telling them about what your problems with the story are, why you're stuck, why you can't move forward, can, really help a lot. And sometimes they will have like solutions to that, or they will give you, some new ideas for you to move forward with. And the final tip I have for this video, which I think is so important to remember, is that sometimes it is not writer's block. Sometimes it is just self-doubt. And I have found this to be true many times before, including now. And, we as writers, oftentimes a lot of us have self-doubt. We don't think our story is good enough. We don't think our writing is good enough. And, it is normal to have, self-doubt, and you shouldn't beat yourself up for it. But also, sometimes, we have so much self-doubt that we are basically just frozen in place with fear and just refuse to touch the page. And so sometimes, if you have writer's block or just feeling very unmotivated to write, you can just sit down at your desk and just write. Ignore the inner critic in the back of your head that says you can't write, your story's not good enough. That inner critic is a complete liar and does not know any more about writing or the stories than you do. And just write. Just start writing anything. And this is the advice I give to young writers all the time. And just sit down, start typing, write whatever comes to you. Your writing does not have to be good, it does not have to be polished, it does not even have to be incoherent sentences. You don't even have to write anything related to your work in progress. You can just write what I oftentimes just call junk, which is just incoherent ramblings of literally whatever. Little thoughts that are going on in my head, random ideas for this work in progress, and just write. And oftentimes you will find that the story will just come to you. And even if it does not, then that is fine. The point is you will struggle with your story and you will struggle with self-doubt, but you shouldn't let that really just freeze you into not writing. And oftentimes, just as I write, just little ideas will pop into my head, ideas for the plot, ideas for the character, ideas for where the story could go. And so that really helps a lot. But yeah, so those are all of my tips for writers who are struggling with writer's block. Let me know down in the comments if you have any more tips you would like to add, or if you just want to share, how your own writing is going. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, I honestly do have some more writing tips for if you have writer's block. But this video is already a bit long already, so I'm only going to be including those. But, let me know if you would like to see some more tips for writer's block. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And also check out my blog, springfallschronicle.com, where I share, just usual, writing updates, book reviews, and author interviews. So yeah, I think this wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for coming. Again, I really hope this video helped. I know writer's block and honestly just self-doubt can be, a really tough thing to deal with as a writer. But, I believe in you and, you can finish that story. Just keep writing until the end, until you have a first draft, and you will get there. So yeah, thanks so much for coming, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Alright, bye!